I'm your boy, Mr. Brandon Gates, aka Night Shadow Agent. We got Miss Brittany tonight, and then we got Mr. Morris Knuckles tonight from Manic, Vanity. And we have a great one for you tonight, guys. He's gonna tell us about his amazing clothing brand, his story that's gonna, hopefully inspire you tonight. So without further ado, Mr. Knuckles, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here. I'm honored to be here, and I appreciate y'all having me.
We appreciate you coming on, man. That we really do. So I start from the beginning. Let's let everybody know. Let everybody know where's your hood at, man.
I'm from up the way, as you call it, from Banbury. I'm from Banbury, what you would call the Orangeville Projects.
There we go. Listen. Y'all, I'm gonna say if you don't know about Banbury, then you're not familiar with the city. So let's start from the beginning. Like I like to because I remember growing up, everybody say nurture versus nature, and I like to believe that some people are born with entrepreneurship in their heart, and some people it's cultivated inside them as they get older. For you, what was that journey like for you growing up?
Well, I would say I guess my first taste of entrepreneurship as being in the streets, being able to have to fend for me and my brother while my parents were on drugs. So I would say, believe it or not, selling drugs is a business. So we already know it's a business, whether it's negativity or not. Yeah. It's a business, and I had to use that. I was 14. I mean, I even went to OWA to get a job through work program through school. But it got at that time in the 90s, early 90s, it started getting, as you know, the plague was like a plague, started getting really rough. Yeah. So that transformed me to seeing the older guys in my neighborhood, and I asked, I want, first of all, my pride as me knowing at 14 years or 15 years old, knowing that I didn't like the fact of me getting ridiculed, going to school saying my mom was a crackhead and all that type of stuff. And I didn't like the fact that these guys was coming, the older guys was coming to my mom to give her drugs. So that really spurred me to say, you know what, forget this. Let me take control of this. I'm gonna get stuff, and I'm gonna make sure these guys gotta come over here. So that really started if I really want to be honest and authentic about the story, that's really started me from the ability to get money and understand what a flip was. You know what I'm saying? So and the flip is key, because I've translated that same mentality to business where now it's legitimate. Yeah. So but I would say that was really the first one, but legitimately my first business entrepreneurship was starting a record company.
Okay, so. And I want nobody to miss what you just said, because I like to think that our experiences help us in our businesses.
Definitely.
I've worked in retail all my life. I can't even tell you what I've not done as far as retail, but I can tell you my experience in customer service helped me in my business of being a real estate agent. And just like you said, certain things that
I translated it to
exactly.
And again, like I said, my whole life was in the streets, because again I had worked as a real estate loan officer. I was going to college and still certain things that through pitfalls, ups and downs. Yeah. I have still used those skills to just go through life, and some things like just when you want to work a job. I'm quite sure when I worked at Wendy's through OWA program, I took something from there along with me, and I made sure that every experience I have, I'm taking something, I'm learning something to use it down the road in life. That's what got me here. So.
No, that's good stuff right there. So I want to talk record label, because like that's dope right there. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about how that started. What made you even gravitate to that? Because like we talk about the bad boy era. Like what you talking about? What years?
Well, I don't think it had nothing to do with the era. I can tell you the time, but I don't think it was necessary. That time was about other rappers or something like that. It was my thing has always been. Again, like I said, I told you my story would start off with me trying to fend for my family. Yeah. Also fending for I wanted to fend for my brotherhood family, my guys in the hood. So a lot of guys of us we were rapping, and then I said to myself, like, why didn't nobody want to learn the business of it? So that, and I said, this is the way we can find a way out of this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that spurred me, because I was rapping too. I said, shoot, ain't nobody trying to learn the business who will work, who will make it happen. I started rapping, and I focused on trying to buy books and learn the game and use my money to invest in, take my bumps and bruises through the game to try to get it going.
Yeah, no, and that's dope.
And that's from being in Banbury, and I tried to my brother. And if you heard that song "More Victories," that's
him.
That's him. That's my brother. Got it here. He's one of my artists at the time, and that's why I wanted. And that actually, my brother, as you heard the story in the beginning, for me, him, my mom, our parents are on drugs, and this is what we did. This is what we did to escape the madness. Make music, try to make music. And I knew he had already had it, so I knew like this is the way we're gonna get out. We're gonna use this music. And he's that talented that we're gonna find a way out.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. So let me ask you this. So okay, so you got the record label, and then when did? Because I'm guessing how long was it for the record label before you got to creating
Manic.
Vanity?
Okay, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. The record label I started. Well, we were doing the music when I met my former partner who came up with the name Manic Vanity.
Okay.
So we was all they had a record. They started hanging around us, and they started a little record company. We had a little record company at the same time. We were trying to do parties and shows like that at the time. This was around like 2000. I want to say 2005, 6. But this is when he came with the name Manic Vanity, but nobody had really moved forward the idea. You know what I'm saying? We was working at a job, getting leagues for mortgage companies.
Oh, nice.
Mortgage zone. But the rap, I had already did a rap job, but I went to prison from 2003 to 2005. So I come back in 2005 to restart the music thing.
Yeah.
And I'm at the halfway house, and I'm working the mortgage zone. I meet my former partner who came with the name Manic Vanity. His name is Antoine Williams. He had the name. We're talking, at the job, and he came with the name about 2006 about the name. So at the time, I'm still doing music, and I'm still in the streets. Speed up a little bit. I went to jail in 2000 again for my third time in 2009. At this time, I'm like, even though this was a short stint, like 10 months, but all was still drug trafficking. I said I'm tired of insanity.
Right.
Can't think I can do the same thing, get away a different way. It ain't working. I gotta find my way out. I find my way out the hood. I gotta find my way out of this. You know what I'm saying? So I come home in 2010 and say, "Yo, Antoine, what's up with that Manic Vanity?" I'm manager. He said, "Hey, it's 2006. This is 2010. What's up with that Manic Vanity? If you don't want to do nothing with it, I'm taking and running with it. So you can come with me or I'm going with it." And again, it was no malicious way of saying it. It was just my desperation. I'm tired of this. And from his standpoint, he probably like, let's go, because he could probably maybe, I don't know if he saw it in my face with how driven that I am, and he's like, let's go. And that's how Manic Vanity got started.
Okay, so I want the audience to miss with what you said with that, because the passion behind it. I don't think not enough people understand that when you start a business, you need to have passion behind that.
Definitely. You gotta feel like you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? You put your pride and ego to the side. You have nothing to lose. And that's a lot of things that people don't understand. That ego and pride can get in the way. There are a lot of things that come into self-destructive behaviors. That you mess your own self up, getting away, fighting that pride, fighting that other person, that ego that tell you what you shouldn't be doing, what you can't do, or that ain't good enough for you, or that's beneath me. You know what I'm saying? I almost lost Manic Vanity. I came back, and this is a story about that. Is once we got on the run, we started Manic Vanity in 2010, and we legally documented it in 2011. I'm still one foot in, one foot out. But this time I'm like gravitating out, but I'm playing around with Manic Vanity. Manic Vanity 2011, I'm using the way I dress with Manic Vanity, and I'm going out so people seeing it, but at the time I wasn't really business minded behind it. And this last time I went to jail again for the fourth time, but this time, for the first time in my life, I went to jail without doing nothing. And I say that literally because what happened was the same SEAL team that had got my brother, they was looking for me, but I wasn't even in the house anymore. I wasn't even staying in my apartment anymore. I had transitioned over from that. But the lady tried to set me up. I mean, the team tried to set me up the team, and they didn't get me. They get no drugs, but they got a gun in an apartment. And they had a gun in the apartment, but the gun didn't have no clip. I wasn't even in the apartment. I wasn't even staying in the apartment. And that's the crazy part about it.
That's
but
crazy.
I got a lawyer, which was from my ex, and not us knowing that the lawyer really had feelings from, like, he liked my ex. So he basically didn't do his job and railroad me and told me, well, you could beat the drug case, but they're gonna try to give you max felony 3 years for this gun. You better take this case. Now, mind you, my oldest daughter about to get ready close to graduate. That's close to getting graduated in high school. I couldn't miss that. So I took the 18 months. You know what I'm saying? So, but I say that's the making of Manic Vanity right there, because at that point, I feel that God, I like to bring a higher power, because people have to understand that is important price of the recipe. I don't care what you believe in. You have some from a higher power.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? But that was a time to God said, listen, you've been asking for your way out.
Right.
You playing. I'm gonna sit your ass down because you ain't getting it.
Yeah.
You ain't getting it. It took for you to have a relationship where it hurts you. You know what I mean? You obviously was in a relationship I was in.
Yeah.
It got little. So that's the beginning of social media too. Instagram. So it got kind of like it was juicy on the internet and all that type of spicy on the internet. You know, there was a lot going on at that time.
Yeah.
And then I got a little bit beside myself. I'm getting money. I'm thinking I'm that, and then I turned her up, and she treated you. It was a little juicy, but but it made me who I am today. And there's no love lost against her or another situation. I just think that sometimes God had to, or your higher power had to pull you through a situation so you could see reality, or you gonna lose everything you had. And it stripped me down to nothing.
Yeah.
It stripped me down to nothing. No, when I come home, I thought I left enough some of the money in the house. I lost that. Come home in the halfway house. I had to work in Fredericks. I never worked as a waiter in my life. When I worked with Fredericks, there's a picture on Instagram or Facebook, one of them showing me in that apron. I'm smiling like this is the best job I've ever had, because I appreciate Frederick for allowing me that opportunity to be able to work at Fredericks while certain days that he didn't even tell the halfway house that I'm working so I could get Manic Vanity back on the I came with Manic Vanity with nothing.
Yeah.
Credit card, like I built it so now. So this is what I'm talking about. The part of Manic Vanity that's so dope about it is because I came home with the focus like I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna challenge myself to do something I never done before. Raise my own funding without the streets.
All right.
I'm saying thank you, Brittany.
I like that.
Do what it takes to build this brand, and nothing but the brand
Yeah.
from the ground up, nothing more, nothing less. And that got me out. That one got me out. And we're sitting here with I had a store in Las Vegas. I been all across the U.S. with Manic Vanity. Support has been real, and that's really the juicy part of Manic Vanity. That means a lot to me. That how I stayed committed to when things that wasn't always in my favor, and I didn't play with it. I stayed consistent. And I think that's the most important part of the story is consistency. Consistency is key. If you ain't gonna stick with it, get out the way, because it's not for the weak.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I want to follow.
So I want to pack a couple things you said in that, because you said some amazing things on that, and I think one thing I want to put emphasis on was that our experiences make who we are.
Definitely.
And I love how you said, you know what I'm saying, you got the apron on, you got the smile on, you got I know God to be I gotta not saying I'm gonna go into my story, but I understand 100%. You know what I'm saying? I know when I got divorced, I said, I'm gonna put energy, I'm gonna put into getting a real license. And you took not a bad situation, but you took a situation that most people probably wouldn't came back from.
Right.
And you elevated from it. So I want to give you your props for that, man.
Thank you. Bad. I don't feel like you saying bad was a good thing, because the thing was bad, because I have a son. Would I want my son to do what I did to get to his goal? Heck no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I would say I took a tough situation and made and made a better situation out of it. Turn, like you said, what you're saying, take a lemon and turn it to lemonade. And that's what I did, because if I knew better and I had better, my area, that's why I'm trying to understand with some of the young youth today, when you have good resources and family and support, why it's so easy for you, why it's so hard for you guys to not make the right decisions. Whereas I yearned, people, we didn't have people to guide us and get us to a certain point, you know what I'm saying, and we had to take bumps and bruises. I don't think that's a good way. Obviously, adversity builds character, but do you have to go through all the bumps and bruises to reach the same goal line that somebody did without having to go through all the bumps and bruises? I'm not saying we all gonna have bumps and bruises, but why go the rough way when you can go the straight and narrow and still take the rough bumps and bruises?
No, that's good stuff right there. So let's talk about some of the early days, because I know for me, when it comes down to clothes, I wear whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I know, you know what I'm saying? But I know for you creating a brand, there's certain things you gotta find the right fabric, you gotta find the right design. Let's talk about early stages, about what went into you creating the brand as a whole and whatnot. Because I think a lot of people just think you just You know,
No.
you-
It was an elevation, definitely. Because when we first started off with, we didn't know that none of us had no fashion background. We had no fashion background.
Yeah.
Well, I'm be honest. How it was crazy part of when we were ready to go. I'm like I said. I thought some stuff against the wall, see what sticks. So my partner at the time, he didn't even have designs yet. So we started out with a t-shirt brand. Manic started out with t-shirts. I went and we went out to Vegas to Magic. That's where the sourcing at. You know what I'm saying? And we found a company Next Level at the time. Next Level was just starting off. Next Level is probably a good brand now. That blew up probably blanks.
Yeah.
But we started off with that, and I had bought a whole. I spent like $5,000 on t-shirts, like for all different colors, women's sizes, and we didn't have no design for none of them. But I was so happy to do it.
Yeah.
And obviously, today I would tell somebody to don't ever do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. You were ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm again. This is my way. This is my way out. This is my way out. I'm thinking at the time. So we started with a t-shirt brand, but we ended up getting the designs for those t-shirts through collaboration. We had certain parts that I grew up with that was a real good dope painter named Royale, and obviously Antoine Williams, my former partner. We got creative designs, and then we started doing a lot of Instagram had just started because it's like 2011. You know what I'm saying? Facebook 10, so we got to posting it, and I got to doing a lot of pop-ups.
Yeah.
And that's how I started off, just grinding from vending events in a bar with a table. All across the town. That's how I started off, and then we just weren't at the time fashionable. The designs from Antoine Williams and Roy, they made some of the dopest graphic artists. So we have graphic tees, and I'm just pairing it with designer shoes because I've been wearing designer shoes for quite some time. Probably been wearing designer shoes since 2005. So that being the time, obviously designer is real popular now, but at that time, 2005, not too many people was wearing it all.
Right.
So this is 2011, so I'm pairing with not only I'm a sneakerhead. That's where my fashion, the culture come from. Out there in the hip hop rap fashion background. So sneakers is critical to the fashion.
Absolutely.
We come up, you got ranked on, you got definitely
troll.
The world knows troll about having the right kicks. So kick culture is definitely what is engulfing the brand of Manic Vanity. So we matched up dope designs for dope kicks. We had a t-shirt called Sneaker Freak. Sneaker Freak is a very interesting dope concept, and they was again, Manic Vanity means, by the way, to be overly obsessed in one's appearance. So basically at all times you want to look your best. So we in a vain way. So we make statement tees, and this tee had to happen where a girl was sitting on a girl was sitting on a man's lap, and you have the Jordan 7 Bordeaux.
Okay.
But they naked.
Yeah.
But at that time, that was like, man, it's culture setting. So a lot of tees we did. So our graphic tees was basically got us in the game.
Yeah.
We didn't learn to cut. We didn't get to cut and sew until I came back home this time to 2016. But since then we started off with graphic tees. Then we started buying blank hoodies, or blank zip up hoodies, blank crew necks, and really get them screen printed and embroidered. That was the basis how the beginning of how we started before we learned to cut and sew.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say I don't know, because I seen Ebony's, when I seen her varsity jacket, I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like, it was custom made. I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope.
That's cut and sew. Like, basically with the varsity jackets, we get the materials, and a design. We come up with a mock up, then we get the materials and have a manufacturer just the way we want to put together. So back then we had varsity jackets. We was nowhere close to doing it like this. We had to find somewhere, we got a blanket in it. We'll find somebody local embroidery and just embroider. But now you see we got patches, Chanel, we got it all. We put it all on it. You know what I'm saying? The bag. You know what I'm saying? So we 2016 is when we started doing it. And crazy part, the first time I started doing it was at the Warrensville Turkey Bowl Jam. Our first. That's when our first debut cut and sew. And we had to do the Warrensville with a big W patch, and that with
it went crazy.
And it's going. It's going.
So let me ask you this. So when will you say, when you realize to yourself, like, this is not saying because you obviously not at the pinnacle where you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want the brand to be, but where would you say where you like, this is the moment I've been waiting for, you know what I'm saying? Not the moment I'm waiting for, but this is what I'm working towards.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Manic Vanity has been doing good for quite some time, but the varsity jacket this fall, from what fall to I would say really April. I mean, I sold varsity jacket last week, so so the varsity jacket the varsity jackets has been the one. So now I would say, I mean, yeah, it's been a heavy hitter. I'm saying, yeah, been a very heavy hitter. I would say I reached over 300, at least a minimum 300 jackets. So
Come on,
Wow.
come on, that's dope.
at $225 a piece. I mean,
Yeah,
you have to do the math. You know what I'm saying? So
that's not bad at all.
and I ain't counting embroidered. You know what I'm saying? Custom. So yeah. So I would say. Because I've always had, like, again, we have, like I said, we did 420. Like, obviously, Manic has been associated with 420. We did that back when our 420 T. So, every time around 420, we drop a 420 drop, and bam, we're going to, that month, April, we're going to do numbers. We do numbers all the time. But on consistency, it's no, with fashion, it's no different than shooting jumpers. Like you said, some of you got your percentages on different drops. Is varied. So you could be a hit, you could have one that be sitting in overstock, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the jackets, I had a consistent up and down. My numbers normally yearly numbers be the same, but this year gonna be something special. I can tell already because normally my numbers be real. No, obviously we're retail, right?
Yeah.
So retail, January, February is slow.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it like it's Christmas.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm still like that. I'm just like it's still like Christmas.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. I still did like over 10,000 sales. I did over 10,000 sales from January to April. Over month. So it's Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Cleveland.
Yeah.
So that's the thing
Right.
is Cleveland. Because now I got Vegas still, and I got a website on it, but there's a Cleveland jacket.
Cleveland jacket, right?
So that's Cleveland people.
Wow.
That's dope.
That is dope.
So
Now,
that's I would say Vegas, me opening up in Vegas was on the pinnacle, but that's this run where I'm on right now. I would say the jackets has been really, and I thank everybody for the support and push of these jackets because y'all really know what this means to me. And now you ain't about the sales, it's just like the support. It's because it's a Cleveland product.
Yeah.
People support Manic Vanity,
Yeah.
but it's a unified Cleveland. I get to see so many people sharing, posting, or talking about I seen that jacket out,
Wow.
but it's represent Cleveland. We did that in honor of the city. If you see the background, the back of the jacket is so detailed, and we wanted to show some camaraderie. We see in other cities like LA, or in New York hats. They always got something. Even in Detroit, they have something that represents their city. That was my whole idea in the city. To take off like that was huge for me. Not because of sales, but more because the support of the city unified.
That's
That
good.
is awesome. Now, what made you actually decide to transition from more of like the t-shirts and the hoodies to like, I think I want to venture off and try and see what the varsity jacket is. Like, what sparked that idea?
Well, this wasn't our first varsity jacket either. We had did a Manic Vanity varsity jacket and it's so good on them, but we never, for some reason, I'm gonna take the blame on that. We never would double back. We sold them and we ain't dropped no more varsity jacket for a couple of years. I don't know. I can't see the reason why. Maybe I just didn't push the button and push the designers to do it. Because again, this design was my push. I pushed him to make a mock-up of it. It was my idea.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's what it was. But we come up from a fashionable background, so we've done swimsuits. When we do women's stuff, we do leggings. I've done a lot of women's stuff. So the varsity jacket, I don't know. Maybe it was God given. I don't know because. It's like, dude, this varsity jacket.
Man, them varsity jackets are fire. When I see them,
I
I'm
was looking, I'm like, ooh, I gotta get me one when the fall comes.
No, I'm
On
myself.
my hit list.
I did. We did a varsity dress.
Oh wow.
It's real nice. It came out real nice. That's gonna be fall, going to the fall as well.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So yeah.
Don't be hating when y'all see me in my pull up experience varsity jacket. All right.
Yeah, definitely, and that's why I encourage. I've done varsity jackets with the Cleveland collaboration with other companies. I've done North Fork restaurant. I've done Private and Public. a few other different businesses that we collaborate with the jackets to have their business. Again,
Listen.
Ebony.
Yeah.
Ebony's her company's on it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, definitely I encourage that. I want to be able to design and make other jackets for the business as well, not just Manic Vanity. Just love of the fresh. You know what I'm saying? The slogan "Live like fresh." I like to, make my people look good. You look good, I look good. You know.
That's right. That's it.
No, that's what's up. Okay, so I got a question for you. Cause what advice would you give to somebody? Because you said a couple of things. You said if I had to go back, I wouldn't do that over again. What advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out? They want to create a brand of their own. What advice would you give them if they're starting out?
I would say number one, have a solid team. A lot of people.
Sorry, I can't have that one time.
I would have a solid team that can make you or break you, and don't make people be what you want them to be, because that's what sets disappointment.
So I'm sorry, I that's another one. Yeah.
You can't, you gotta look at it with what they say, the glass half filled. You gotta look for what it's worth, because a lot of things that when we do start business as blacks, black people in the community, that we have little resources. We don't know how to hire a team. We don't know how to do. We don't have no. So first thing we do is have our cousin or friend we grew up with.
Yeah.
And that what I call is you try to turn a carpenter into a plumber.
Wow.
And, you know what I'm saying? Because you ask him to do a role that he ain't yet with. And I would suggest that people find the people this is what they do instead of what you want them to do.
I'm sorry, I had that. Come on, man. That's a whole gem right there in itself. Because you see it too many times. Like, you want to put somebody on, and you get mad at them, but they're not equipped for the position.
Right. And that's what I practice believing in accountability. You got to be accountable with yourself. And my number one principle in life is know your personnel, because that way you can separate expectation from disappointment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I was all right there.
Because he ain't stole from you. Because he's a thief. Because he ain't stole from you don't mean he ain't a thief.
Wow.
At some point, he's going to cross that line to put you in a position that he's going to steal from you. And I don't care if you're your brother or your mama. They're a thief. Just because they ain't got you don't mean you won't be got. So that saves you from disappointment. When you hold yourself accountable, you, instead of pointing at them, all they did is me, all this me, you take it. You did it to yourself, because they showed you who they was, or showed you what they could do before you made that investment, or made that I'm gonna say that investment, because whether you invest time, money, or your heart, that's what disappointment falls in.
Yeah.
Disappointment falls in your time, your money, and your heart.
Drop the whole down today.
Yeah.
But he ain't come play. But that's real stuff you said right there. Ooh, I'm on. That might tell the sound episode right there. But that's good stuff right there. Okay. All right. So I want to get down to the degree. And we talk about off camera, but I wanted to make sure we get on camera, because you gave a great answer.
Yeah.
And I like to ask everybody on the show, because you've been from Cleveland, you've been around. You've seen other places like Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure everyone's about Atlanta.
Yeah, I did pop up in Atlanta. Charlotte, I didn't pop up in Charlotte.
See?
Cali and California.
See? And that's what I mean. So you've seen it where there's a camaraderie there. There's a collaboration there. And Cleveland, unfortunately, got the stigma of us not collaborating with each other. What do you think needs to happen for us to be able to change that stigma for our city?
Well, like I said, the narrative, for one, that Cleveland people don't support each other. I'm sitting here and we're talking to you guys today about then Cleveland support me, and I'm not going to say that. Cleveland does support. It is a support system here, and we got to first start staying negative, keeping negativity to a minimum, because then that discourages people to want to support. We get there and sit there and talk about all the other people, but yet we want to shame our own people for learning how to become an entrepreneur, and we ain't not been taught nothing. Why do we hold each other so harsh and to a certain regard, when most of us haven't even been taught? We learn on the fly. But yet you didn't gave let's say a true value 20 years of business, and they learning, they got funded and all kind of stuff. So I want to definitely talk about how the support thing is first of all, the best thing you could do. I don't like call support, by the way. Let's talk about that a little bit. I don't like support, because support is I'm a t-shirt guy. Support comes in when a person might want to just come in and just, hey, I bought a shirt for Knuckles. I bought a t-shirt this year, and then I don't see them again. I like the customer. I like to earn customers. Support is for charity.
I'm sorry, let me get that one
if you're running a business, you looking for customers. You're doing everything from having number one customer service and customer rapport. You're building that relationship with your customer. You know what I'm saying? They're your best friend at the time you're point of sale, point of reference. So that student then work on the product. You know what I'm saying? The product or the service. And then if you got that customer rapport, that customer service, if you were growing and you have your stuff's not adequate yet, as you grow, they tend to, okay, you will get next time. We're coming back. Because again, when I first started doing cutting, so I can tell you I have some irregular sizes and stuff, and I still have to port because again, they understand what I want to make them happy, and I'm here to serve them, and that's how you earn customers. I don't want nobody to say, hey, I bought a shirt. I went to school with Knuckles, and I bought a shirt from him. I got my Manic Vanity on. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. But a customer, I would appreciate it because I want you to buy the brand without me, without knowing Knuckles. So, I would say to earn support is come with authenticity. Authentic sells everything because of that. It's time lasting. One of my favorite designers is Ralph Lauren, and Ralph Lauren has went through a lot of decades of through whether it's hip hop culture, rockaware, to designer. Ralph Lauren has been consistent since the '80s. And I think it's true. Stand true to yourself and true to your authenticity. That will keep you relevant and take you further. And that's going to garner you support because they can see your struggle. I'm a transparent guy. So I don't mind showing my ups. Like I said, I told you I would show people probably would have never posted themselves from being a staff of where I'm at, from a guy that's known to get money from my neighborhood. I'm working at Frederick with an apron on. I didn't care. I want to share my highs and lows because I want to show you that it's real. And this keep those who want to try inspired by sharing them the good and the bad. I don't want to show you highlights, all the wins. That's why I say more victories because we can strive each day to win, keep winning, a consistent level of wins. Because every day is not going to be a huge win. Sometimes it's just be a small win. But you want to combine that with the mindset to keep going, to add on more victories. That's why I came with the hashtag more victories, by the way. But that's what I think about support in Cleveland. Just being true to yourself, true to what you believe in, not being some overnight because they did it, I get it, because that's not going to last long. Because again, after that going after the emotions going, what keep you in the game?
That's good right there. That's good. I appreciate that. That was a great answer right there. That was real. Okay. So and then I know we talked about something off camera, but and I like to ask. So what inspires the question? I remember watching an interview with Nipsey Hussle, and unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, he passed away. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, rest in peace. But I love the fact they asked him a question, and he talked about what he wanted to accomplish, and he not only accomplished it, he wants to surpass that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So the question I like to ask all our guests, because I know everyone we have our guests are legends in their own right. And one of the things I like to ask you, what do you want legacy to be for you as Lawrence Knuckles, but then also what do you want the legacy to be for Manic Vanity, everything attached to Manic Vanity?
Well, that's a good question. The legacy for Manic Vanity, I'll go Lawrence Knuckles easier, so that's the easy one. I'm going for Manic Vanity first because Manic Vanity was never my idea. Manic Vanity was never my idea. I just inherited it, and I actually own 100% of it. I just took it and used that way to get out of the streets. So the legacy of Manic Vanity, I just wanted to be able to, as I grow, add on and put people in place that whoever wanted to have a fashion clothing design, it's not my dream. So, but I want to use the platform to create opportunity for others. It's always been I'm a giver and giving other people opportunity because I didn't have my own opportunity. I had to create my own opportunity. So I want to formulate my Manic Vanity. I can see the legacy of putting people in the hands of those who fashion forward individuals, who want to transcend and keep this brand relevant for the next 20 years. I'm going to fight and keep it afloat as best as I can as I add on and put people in position and create opportunities for others, the youth, and give them something that I can sit there and say, hey, you know what? No, we got shares now. I'm getting on the board. It's y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all. This for y'all. Because I think I'm good at building brands. I'm good at selling. So I got other brands right now, and I started dog apparel. And then we got dog. I got a partner with a dog. Got a dog boutique on the west side in City Goods, Cleveland. Where I got kids, Manic Vanity kids apparel and dog apparel. So
that's dope.
for my love of dogs and my two girl French bulldogs. But so let Manic Vanity, I want to be able to again add it on to other people. Like, again, I had some guys that want to do the big and tall. I want to give them, run with it. You know, go do what you do. I want to put people who this goal. My goal was to use this as a way to set myself free. You know what I'm saying? Free. I have the freedom. Freedom that don't come cheap. And freedom is not about money. It's about being able to do what you want to do. I wake up and I write my own check. I write the checks. I get to travel when the hell I want to do.
I got that one time.
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude.
And freedom is not to be taken for granted. So with that being said, through due diligence, I want to put it in the hands of somebody else who's trying to be free.
That's awesome.
So that's the legacy for Manic Vanity. And thank you for asking me that, because I never sit down and thought it. You challenged me to think on that level.
Listen,
figure it out, and I think that's what it is.
No,
For Lawrence Knuckles, that's easy because I'm a family-driven guy. I'm family first. The legacy is to create generational wealth and change the stigma for my family, because we come from the projects, not just from Orangeville projects. My mom and my father was from Garden Valley and Longwood and all that area. So went to East Tech. So just the whole family come from the projects. Period. So just to be able to show a new dimension to my family and show them what success is the blessing that we share with my guys, and we want to be able to create opportunities and build on top of that to create more brands, more business, real estate ventures, to create more owners and sort of on the importance of owning stuff, again, because it's about financial freedom. It ain't about the money, because again, the money you work will get some money, but be able to move, to be able to set forth the life that you need to live in a good, healthy environment, because we go through a lot of mental illnesses in these days and time right now. The best you can do is put yourself into where you can work for yourself. And not saying not work a job, because again, that's part of the game, to put you in a place so you can live the way you want to live. But to make those key advancements, to have ownership. So ownership is where freedom is. So that's the legacy for me, to give my family, my kids, my children ownership. So they can have something. Because my parents didn't own a home. So I'm the first, basically to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the legacy. Generational wealth.
And that's a great legacy. And I know for me, and this is me being selfish, I know I'll look back at the episodes, I'm like, man, Lawrence did that. Not only did that, he surpassed that, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I love asking that question. It's one of my favorite questions to ask on the show. And this
that's a good question. A lot of people don't even think about the legacy. They don't think about, they're so busy living into the here and now and what I can get from me. And I tell people, it's better to give than receive. Because when you give, just like when you plant a seed, plant the water every day, give it sunshine, it can potentially go into a plant that can feed you forever. And grow other ones. So people so busy looking at the return now, what can you do for me today, but not looking at the future. And that's what relevancy is. That's what authenticity is. That's what longevity is at.
That's true.
That's the most important. Longevity. How long are you gonna last? You come in and try to pick the fruits all off, and it's bare, and now it don't grow no more. You're done. But if you water it and take your time, each season it's gonna bloom something nice for you to harvest. That's what longevity is.
No, that's good stuff right there, Lawrence, man. And this is, I feel like this is, so I feel like any good podcast, interview, whatnot, people should have takeaways. Because I know someone watching here right now is like, man, Lawrence is, what Lawrence I want to be able to do in my own right? But what are three, because you've been dropping ball at the right, by the way, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. But what is three things, and what are three things you want someone to be able to get from tonight's interview? And it can be something you might have forgotten to say.
I'm gonna say, life is what you make it. That's what I'm. Life is what you make it. The more you take time to think, have patience, keep negative thoughts out your mind, be persistent, be consistent. Life is what you make it. I believe in that, and you keep the excuses down and have discipline. Life is what you make it. I know that, and I said to myself when I had the idea, like, I need to figure out how do I continue to have the same lifestyle without selling drugs.
Mm.
Life is what I made it.
Yeah.
That was my biggest goal, not Manic Vanity. I mean, don't get twisted. I love Manic Vanity. Biggest goal for me was like, how do I achieve when I be in the streets no more?
Yeah.
That was my goal. That was
Yeah.
Manic Vanity was the goal. Manic Vanity was the vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it has helped me. It helped me get into other things as we do now as I get ready to start a chapter in group homes. But
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah. So Manic Vanity and I would say that's pretty much it.
And I'm glad that was going to ask me my final question. I'm asking what's the future hold for Manic Vanity? And you kind of segue to that with the dog brand and with the kid.
That segue but for the bigger picture, Manic Vanity, obviously I hired a new creative director for women.
Okay.
Her name is Fanta.
Okay.
She's from actually from San Diego, but she lives in Vegas. So I expect the women to get better. And again, I've been holding women down by myself through help from either my ideas, my ex-girlfriend ideas, my daughter's ideas, combination of a lot of things. We just throw stuff and try to hit. But now I got somebody that's really fully time on the job that's doing that. So I expect the women to get better. That gives me more time to focus on the men and add on to that.
Yeah.
But most importantly, I want to get back to my distribution process. When I got spoiled by having a store in Southgate. Because so many people come support there. I forgot how I started, and that's what I'm saying. You can't never forget how you start. Treat your first like Jay-Z said. Treat your first like your last like your first. You know what I'm saying? Because here's I got comfortable having a store, and everybody from the store. I didn't have a store my first time. I had stuff doing whether it's wholesaling it or whether it's consignment in other people's stores. And I was directing traffic that way, unless you see it, get it from me personally. I'm directing traffic or out my apartment. So I said to myself, Larry, you gotta get back to your distributor. You gotta get back to the roots. You got your store in school. Obviously, you got Vegas, but you gotta get back to Vegas. You gotta start sending little traps and brokering deals so you can have passive income. So you don't have to worry about being in the store as much. And then again, life is about being an entrepreneur, is about being a solutionist. I'm what you call a solutionist.
Okay.
That's my job. I'm not an entrepreneur. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, but my job title is solutionist. Every day I gotta find the solution to a problem. That's what being an entrepreneur is about.
That's true. That is true.
Listen, I'm over here. That's an episode right there.
That's a very
that's what
that's
I'm
good.
Solutionist because that is what entrepreneur is about. Because every time there's always gonna be some stuff that get in your way. There's always gonna be an obstacle you gotta overcome. There's always gonna be decisions you gotta make with this tough or left right. You gotta come up with a solution. If you don't, that's where failure lies at. If you don't figure it out, you don't make it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing about entrepreneur. And what I realized, like I said, and I encourage others to do so, is collaboration. Stop thinking you can do it all on your own. Stop thinking it's all about you. Stop thinking it's about to be the boss. I'm the boss. Stop being an owner of 100% of nothing when you have 10% of something.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, if I could get a cut of a prosperous business, I can get 20% over here, 20% over here. I don't need to be the boss. That's passive income. But a lot of people want to work so hard so they have a name and I'm the boss and this is my company, and the company is failing.
Yeah.
Because you want to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
You don't want to add people into the table. It's a lot of tables.
That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. So, part 2 at the store.
Yeah.
Part 2 at Manic Vanity. Yeah. Listen, because y'all can see when I put on my pull up experience jacket.
Right.
No, but we appreciate you, Lawrence, man. And then lastly, where can people reach you? Where can people start getting their Manic Vanity gear at?
Well, definitely you can get it at the store in Southgate. It's 20522 Southgate Park Boulevard, Maple Heights, Ohio 44137, and that's Manic Vanity Clothing / the Fresh Factory. Also online at www.manic-vanity, manicvanity.com. Yeah, pretty much that. Oh, for your dogs and kids, there's French Kennels Boutique on Instagram. At City, the location at City Goods Cleveland. I don't know by the heart the actual thing. We just opened. We ain't been open for less than a month.
Okay.
But it's French Cheese Boutique.
And by the way, guys, see, I don't have to go looking around. I will have all that in the show notes, so you don't have to go look around. You just be right there. So
And Manic Vanity on Instagram,
Yep.
MANIC_VANITY. And I think we always also on Twitter, Manic MANICVANITY dash.
that's what I'm talking about.
So
No, once again, we appreciate you
Yes.
coming on because this has been an amazing episode, man. We
Yeah.
love your story, man.
So inspirational.
And I got to shout out.
Thank you.
I got to shout out to King T because I seen you on King T. I'm like Teeth, man. we gotta get a little more song. So I appreciate you,
Shout out
man.
to King T. Yeah, King T said he definitely got to give me back for because he didn't expect.
Yeah, we got him.
He didn't expect that conversation so quick. Because like I said, we was just doing some promo for the fashion show. Shout out to 3D Kurt who put on that fashion show and had me there. I was happy to be a part of that. That came out so dope. And Fenna and my homegirl Ting who styled the girls. They did an awesome job. We just showcased the girls. That was an awesome fashion show. Made me look forward to doing more fashion shows.
Yeah. Well, that's good stuff right there. And then, like I said, we appreciate you, man. And let's say we gotta do some pay some bills first. So, guys, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. But y'all been asking for it, and it's here. We're gonna do our podcast creation and basic training, y'all. July 15th, 16th, guys. 2 days. We're gonna show you how to take your idea of a podcast to create systems to get you money for your podcast, because this is also a business. We're going to show you how to do all those things, because this is Lawrence B episode 129. So we're not telling you something we haven't done ourselves. We have done the hard work, like you said. We have gone through all the hurdles, so we're going to be able to help you get you there faster. So listen, get your ticket because they're going real fast. Also, September 23rd, the kid 2UIs, they're having a beer and wine festival, black owned. On top of that, at Kane Park, it's going to be great. It's going to be the Fair and Union. You're all invited to. You know. So when we get that link going, we'll have it in the show notes also, so you guys can get your tickets for that also. I think that's all we got. I think. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Guys, I will be remiss by not once again thank you guys for every week y'all are tuning in, liking and sharing, and we get to interview great people like Lawrence, man. So we can't thank y'all enough, man.
Thank you.
Until next time, guys. This is episode 129, and until next time, peace.